Hello students, uh, this is our last video about cooperative urban banks. By now we have discussed about what is cooperative urban banks, what are its objectives, functions, and what are the sources of funds available to them, what are the ways in which the management is being carried out. All these aspects have already been covered, and now this is a very short video on the problems faced by cooperative urban banks. As we have already mentioned while we were discussing about the introduction of cooperative urban banks, these cooperative urban banks come under the dual control both of Cooperative Societies Act as it is a cooperative organization, and under the Reserve Bank of India as it comes under the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. So this dual control always creates problem for the bank because it will not be flexible enough to undertake matters because it has to comply with both these acts. And along with that, the cooperatives in Kerala, or some of the cooperatives, around 42 cooperatives in cooperative urban banks in Kerala, comes under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act, which is being enacted in 2002. So they have to comply with that act also. So all this creates lack of flexibility in the bank. So that is, UCBs are governed by respective cooperative societies of the states in which they are registered. So in case of Kerala, it is called Kerala Cooperative Societies Act, and in case of other states, that particular act will be there. And there are also 42 UCBs in Kerala which are registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act of 2002. UCBs are also governed by Banking Regulation Act of 1949. So what happens is whenever they make a decision, whenever they take a policy decision, it should comply with all these acts. So it creates a problem for these banks and lacks flexibility. So this is the core problem faced by the bank, and this is what is being mentioned in your textbook. So the other problems faced by this urban cooperative banks include poor quality of services. So quality services, we know that in the cooperative sector, all these are base level institutions, and uh, they're just formed ഒന്ന് തട്ടിക്കൂട്ടി ഫോം ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും. ആൻഡ് അപ്പോൾ അവർ പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ക്വാളിറ്റി സർവീസസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ് ലാക്സ് ക്വാളിറ്റി. അതാണ് പ്രോബ്ലം. അപ്പോൾ അതിനകത്ത് ക്വാളിറ്റി സർവീസസ് നീഡ്സ് ടു ബി ഇംപ്രൂവ്ഡ് ബൈ പ്രൊവൈഡിങ് required facilities like waiting space, customer information counter, complaint box, everything will be handled by one person. So that is a main problem when we approach a cooperative bank. Then banking information chart, easy accessibility to higher officials at the banking premises. All these are problems faced. I mean, these are all these areas they face. The facilities are poor, and then at the same time they should maintain good customer relations and keep positive attitude towards customers. So they should try to improve the quality services provided. So in that area, in the case of services provided to the customers, there is some problems. So that is another problem faced by cooperative urban banks. Then with regard to limited area of operation, as you all know, the area of operation of a cooperative urban bank is limited to a town, municipality, or a corporation. So, as per the Cooperative Societies Act, a society can function, or society can provide assistance or accept deposit from within the area of its operation. So, as the area of operation of an urban cooperative bank is limited to a particular area, particular town, so this creates problems because they cannot mobilize more deposits. They will be having problems in providing assistance also. So that is the problem with limited area of operation. So that is a problem faced by, they cannot widen the area of operation as they wish. Then poor management. We know that though we say that the cooperative organization should be politically neutral, in practice we know that all the head of the cooperative sector, like secretary or president, they will be from political parties, and these persons will not be having adequate managerial skills. So poor management is the problem with all the cooperative societies prevalent. So poor management, then lack of modernization. Still, banks are hesitant with these cooperative institutions under cooperative framework are hesitant with taking up modernization activities. So In the same way, the cooperative urban banks also uh, is not accepting the modernization or modern changes in technology, etc. So that is creating problems. So another problem is lack of modernization. They have not developed enough to incorporate the modern technologies. Then increasing overdues. We know that one of the main problems faced by PACs, which is base level institutions in villages, is that they have a mounting overdues. In the same way, in the urban areas, the cooperative urban banks are also having similar problem. But when we compare it with the PACs, it is better. But when we compare it with other nationalized institutions or private sector banks, the overdues are still high. So these banks are facing problem in recouping their loan amounts. Then of course political interference, that whenever you make a decision, you should see that whether it is satisfactory to the political party to which the bank is affiliated. So that is also creating problem for the bank. So it is difficult for them. They have the legal controls and as well as the political controls. So that undue political interference, that is when someone approaches with a bank for getting loan, and if it is recommended by a political party, they cannot hesitate. They cannot keep away from providing the loan because it will hurt the sentiments of the political party. So the undue political interference is also one of the reasons for increasing overdues. Otherwise, the loan proposal will be priced properly and the loans will be provided only for productive purposes. But when the political interferences comes, they are forced to accept deposit or lend money without any grounds. So that is also another problem. Then staff problems, in the sense that these staffs are not given proper training and proper developmental activities are not undertaken by the bank. Though we have different training institutes under cooperative sector, education and training institutes under cooperative sector, these urban banks, staffs in the urban banks are not provided with proper and timely training. That is the point. They will be provided with training, of course, but proper and timely training is not being provided, and that creates problem with staff. So in all these areas, the cooperative urban banks, and you have to note that the main problem is of the dual control from the different agencies to which it is affiliated, and the other problems are similar to all other cooperative form of organizations. So this is all you have for your problems with cooperative urban banks. Hope it is clear. So our chapter on cooperative urban bank is also over. We will be moving on to other non-agricultural credit society in the next video. Thank you.